Have you ever wished for a robot that not only vacuums, but also mops? What about one that can do both things in one single pass? Well, today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new robotic cleaner that can do all of that and also has a self-emptying dustbin and a dirty water reservoir. Plus, it can even clean and dry itself. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned as we take a look at the latest release from Yeedi, the Yeedi Cube. Hey neighbors, it's Ryan with The Smart House. On this channel, we review the latest in smart home tech and also show you how to integrate it into your smart home. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the new Yeedi Cube robotic cleaner. So a big thank you to the team over at Yeedi for sending an early version of the robot and for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you haven't actually heard of the Yeedi brand before, I did a review on their Vac Max and Station a few years ago. That robot, lovingly named Eve, is still in service to our house today, but she's been given a new gig in our remodeled basement. When I first reviewed the Yeedi, what caught my eye was their use of a camera instead of something like LiDAR to create a map to navigate around your house. With the Vac Max, I had a few issues with the camera navigation system, specifically the lack of ability of customizing or breaking up the automatically created rooms. But thankfully, it looks like they've solved that on this new model. More on mapping in the app section. Now, not only have they upgraded the mapping capabilities, but other features like increased suction power, adjustable mopping height, and sonic vibrating mopping. They've also added some new features to the redesigned base station, like a dirty water tank and self-cleaning and drying for the mop. So let's check out what comes in this massive box. Now, I will say this is probably the largest box that I've seen for any robot vacuum. The first thing you're going to notice is that there's two other smaller boxes inside of the main box, plus the base station. Now, everything does seem very nicely packed and covered up. So this first box contains the actual robot vacuum. You may notice that the main standout elements of the design are the camera that we discussed earlier and the handle. One of the unique features of this robot is its carry handle. I'm not sure why more manufacturers don't adopt this, because it's really nice when you have to pick the robot up that's gotten stuck or caught on a sock or toy. It's also much nicer to pick up the robot with one hand instead of trying to fumble with it from the side. This is great for moving the robot to another floor or for setting up for a spot clean. This also doubles as the handle to remove the UFO water tank when you press the release switch. One thing to note, included in the robot box is the fresh water cap. Do not throw this box away, it's super important. Also included in this box is the mopping cloth. Now the second box contains the removable base for the Omni base station. This is another clever feature of the Cube. If you have to clean up a mess at the bottom of the base station, you just unclip it and take it to the sink. This is pretty nice. Also included is a clear plastic shield to protect your hardwood floors when the robot docks. This keeps any water that might drip out of the pan off your floor. Finally, we have the base station where the robot will clean out its own dustbin and dirty water. We will look at some more of the features of the base station later on in the video. The little brown box in the middle has the power adapter for your specific country. Now that we've seen what comes in the box, let's take a look at the features. Now I'm going to break down the features by sections. So first we're going to start with vacuuming, then move on to mopping, and finally we're going to end with a tour of features in the app. So starting on the vacuum side of things, you'll see the robot's equipped with twin edge brushes. This helps pull more debris into the main rubber brush. The Cube is equipped with a 5400 Pascal suction motor for an even more powerful clean. In the Yeedi app, you can actually select the vacuum strength:
quiet, normal, and max.
One of the features that I loved on the previous Yeedi Vac was its carpet sensor, which is actually present here on the Cube as well. This is great for two reasons. One, you can have it automatically step up the vacuum power when it detects carpet or a rug. So it can actually run in max or max plus mode when it's on carpet or a rug, then step down to standard mode on hard surfaces. The second reason for the sensor is to have the robot retract the mop when it goes onto carpet when you have it set into mop and vac mode. So no more wet spots on your carpet. Now, along with the powerful vacuum on board the robot, the base station actually is equipped with a 27,000 Pascal vacuum of its own. This can empty the dustbin of the robot in just 10 seconds. This allows you to keep the robot's dustbin empty for around 2 months. The base station uses a disposable dust bag that you can just pitch when it gets full. Now, before we take a look at the mopping features, just a quick reminder, if you found any useful information in today's video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more great reviews and smart home projects. Now let's take a look at the mopping features. I think the standout feature of this robot is the 8mm automatic mop lift that will actually retract the mop and bring it up so it does not get your carpet wet. This allows you to set the robot up one time and run it for days. Now the mop is not only adjustable, but also has a vibrating sonic mopping head that vibrates at around 2,500 times per second. This helps get a super deep clean. This is nice for us because my twins' favorite food is yogurt, and that stuff takes some scrubbing to get off our floors. Now the mop uses the uniquely designed UFO water tank attached to the top of the robot. This tank has a 1 liter fresh water capacity and keeps the mopping pad wet during cleaning. One advantage of this design is you can quickly fill it from your sink with a nice large fill opening. Other robots that I've used in the past have small fill holes that take a while to fill up, or they spray everywhere. One thing to keep in mind is the plug comes in a separate box, so be aware of that. Also be careful that you don't lose it when you're filling up the water tank. It's not attached. Now that we've seen how the clean water gets in, how do we get the dirt out? Now the robot doesn't actually store any dirty water on board because it doesn't actually suck up the dirty water. The dirt is kept on the mop cloth, and when the robot returns to the dock, it uses the built-in electric scrubber to clean off all the dirt. This automatic scrubber squeezes out the dirty water with a force of around 10 newtons and stores it in the base station's dirty water tank. You then periodically will need to empty the detachable 1.2 liter dirty water tank. Another cool feature of the tank is it's transparent, so you can easily see when it needs to be emptied out. Now, once the base station has finished cleaning the mop, it actually dries it as well. And this isn't just simply blowing air across the mop cloth, but it actually uses a built-in heater to dry the mop with 104-degree air. This keeps the robot clean and free from smells. All right, now that we've seen all the features of the robot, let's look at how to control everything in the yeedi app. Now, once you get the robot completely unpacked and set up, make sure you let the robot charge completely before you start using it. Now you can easily add it to your Wi-Fi by following the instructions in the yeedi app. Once you get it connected to your Wi-Fi, then I recommend completing the first mapping run just in vacuum mode. This will let you build out the map of your floor and let you customize the rooms. Now the first time you open the app, just after running the mapping job, you'll be prompted to go ahead and split up the automatically created rooms. Now if you're like me and have an open floor plan, it's not going to really figure out what each of the smaller sections of your room are. So you're going to have to go in and break up your existing room by drawing a line between the rooms, and the software will then split them up. Next, you'll have the option to actually merge rooms together if you either made a mistake or the robot mistakenly broke a room into two. Then finally, you can set up the name for each of the rooms for easy reference. Now the first thing you're going to notice about the map is that it doesn't have the same fidelity as, say, a map that's been drawn with LiDAR. So you'll have to kind of watch where the robot is and figure out which section of each of your room. But it does give you the ability to break up into separate rooms and give them different preferences. So right here from the beginning, we can actually select a room to have it only clean that one specific room. You can select more than one room if you want. Now at the top, you'll see the status of the robot. Right now it's in standby mode because it's fully charged, as you can tell by the charge icon on the top right. Then you can see what mode it's in. It's in vacuum and mop right now with the normal or standard suction power, and it's got the water level set to medium. Now if we're to click on the little up arrow to the bottom right of the map, it'll bring up the map editing mode. Now it can store up to 3 separate maps, 2 in the app and 1 in the cloud. Now the 2 buttons at the bottom left and the bottom right take you into the settings for each of the robot and the base station. So first, if you click on the robot, this is where we set the default suction and water levels for the robot. Now you can tune this for either auto mode or spot mode. So currently I have mine set into vacuum and mop mode, which I can change with this toggle here at the top. So the first option you see at the top is the vacuum suction level. We've got quiet, normal, and max. Then below that, since I'm in vacuum and mop mode, I can select how much water is being applied to the pad, whether it's low, medium, or high. And then finally at the bottom, we have the option for either quick clean or full clean. This determines how many passes the robot will take. Then finally at the bottom is our advanced settings. So if we click on that, we can actually set up even more granular control over the different rooms in our house. So if we go to customize room cleanings, we can set the vacuum level and the mopping level for each room in our house. Below that is our cleaning sequence. So here you can customize which order your rooms are cleaned in. Then of course we've got a cleaning schedule. This allows you to set a specific time and day that you want to start a cleaning job. And this can be in cleaning the entire floor or cleaning just a specific room. So there's a lot of flexibility here. Below that, we have our do not disturb settings. This will turn off all of the voice prompts on the robot, so even if it's cleaning at night, you won't hear it talking. And finally at the bottom, you can select whether or not you want it to resume cleaning. This is a nice feature where if it does happen to run low on battery before it finishes cleaning the floor, it'll actually return to the dock, charge itself back up again, and then finish where it left off. So that's it for the robot settings. Let's quickly look at the station settings. So from here you have some onboard options that you can quickly select to control the base station. So you can have it go ahead and empty out the vacuum if you want to by clicking the empty button. You can turn on and off the nightlight on the front with the nightlight button. You can also have it wash and dry the mop manually by pressing on one of these two buttons here. You can disable or enable auto empty of the dustbin. And then at the bottom here, we have the preferred time for both drying and washing of the mop. Now, of course, this being a smart home robot, it does support voice assistance, so you can utilize Amazon Alexa, Google Home, or Siri to control the robot. You need to set these up in the relevant app for the particular assistant. Now, I have not found a direct home assistant integration yet, but I have found two separate ways to integrate Yeedi vacuums via either the Dbot Node-RED plugin or using a Google Assistant integration. Let me know if you want to see a video on that. So to go ahead and sum things up, I really think the Yeedi Cube is a very impressive robot cleaner that offers a powerful blend of vacuuming and mopping capabilities. With its adjustable mopping height, vibration mopping, self-cleaning mop, and self-emptying dustbin, this is a great option for households with multiple flooring surfaces or a very busy lifestyle. Additionally, the robot's app and mapping features make it really easy to customize and control cleaning schedules. Now at the price of $700, the Yeedi Cube is certainly an investment. However, it's comparable to other high-end robot cleaners on the market today, and having the added features and capabilities make it a compelling option. Now, I'm actually doing a comparison between the Yeedi Cube and the iRobot i7 Plus here in the next few weeks. But overall, I'm quite impressed with the Yeedi Cube. From its sleek and clever design to its powerful performance, it's clear that Yeedi put a lot of thought into this product. Now, if you're looking for a more efficient and easier way to clean your carpeted and hardwood floors, the Yeedi Cube is definitely worth considering, especially with the time savings of not having to constantly empty it. Now, if you are interested in checking out the Yeedi Cube, I do have links in the description below. Now, please use those links if you're interested because it shows Yeedi you came from our channel. Now again, I want to thank Yeedi for sending over the cube and for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you're interested in checking out my other robotic vacuum videos, you can check out the playlist right here. And as always, please make sure you're subscribed to our channel by clicking our logo right over here. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next video.